All right, so now we're going to make wall type 7. We'll start with the basic wall 4A, just like we did in the previous video, using 5 to make 4A. Now we're going to use 4A to make 7. So we'll edit the type, duplicate it. We have to give it a new name. We're going to call it 7 and say OK. Now let's take a look at the structure of the wall, and let's zoom in here and see what we have. All right, I'm looking at it in section view. I prefer that to plan view, but they're pretty similar. Anyway, so what do we have? We have the outside air film. Again, we don't do anything with that. Now we have wood siding, which we haven't put there yet. So let's see. Let's work from the inside. We've got our gypsum board. Okay. Then we have our 5/8 batt insulation, which we're not showing. Our 2x6 studs, yeah. Our 3/4 inch plywood sheathing, yeah. Okay, 1 inch rigid insulation, yes. And then we have wood siding, which is going to be, probably we'll make it 1 inch or something like that. So let's see if we can change. On top of the rigid insulation goes the wood siding. So we'll change this to wood siding. Let's see what happens when we search for siding. SIDING. Okay, look at that. We have some sidings here. Let's use the wood shake this time. I use clapboard sometimes, but we'll use the wood shake. And when it's not loaded into the material list here, so I'm just going to click this little button here, and that adds it to my material list. And now double click and I've added it over here, my wood shakes. And they're not 1 inch thick, but I'm going to make them 1 inch thick. And the wood shakes are a finished material. That's the outside of the house. And our softwood lumber that was there before is not anymore. So here's our wall 7 now. Wood shakes, rigid insulation, plywood sheathing, studs, and our 5/8 gypsum board. So that's how simple it is to make wall number 7. I'm going to say OK to that, and I'm going to say OK to that. And we've got our wall 7 created.